What's good with you folks? This is Ray Davis coming to you with the truth. This is I Need a Mic podcast where I will be discussing mental health struggles I battle with just like you. Let's talk about it as a tagline I use is to say enough is enough. Give me my damn mic. I'm tired. The trauma I'm going through. Hey folks, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know it's been a long time. And I will definitely explain that. But first and foremost, happy holidays. Happy holidays, y'all. Y'all really stay safe out there. Really stay safe out there. I can only stress this any further enough. When y'all go outside and you're going outside with a group of people, or it's you and one other person, y'all make sure y'all watch each other's backs. If y'all walking a certain amount of distance or walking within the grocery store or anywhere, every corner you turn or every aisle you go down, just make sure you turn around and just turn to your left or right over your shoulder. That's the only way of truly practicing. Only you can have your back better than anybody else. Just be safe. I mean, like I said, if you're out with a group of people, if you're out with one other person, y'all just make sure whatever y'all do, however far y'all walking, whichever corner, whatever y'all do, y'all just watch our backs, please. So, today's episode is a very interesting one, and I will definitely get right up into it. The reason why it took me so long to do this episode. First and foremost, thank you to everyone. And before I get started with this episode, I keep saying this. Thank you to anyone and everyone who had listened to my 19 episodes or who had listened to my latest episodes, the holidays. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could thank everybody individually, but this is a way of me doing it. So you driving. Yeah, you sitting down. Yeah, you at your laptop. Yeah, you at your desk. Yeah, you chilling on your couch and just listening. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So, the reason why it took me so long to come out with this episode, it's our 20th episode, y'all. Our 20th episode. Man. So, the reason why it took me so long to come out with this episode, like anybody else and everybody else in the world, I've been struggling. Mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. I just been struggling. I had writer's block for a while, and I was self-medicating to not listen to my emotions. And I was like, I'm tired of being sad, but I'm sad. I'm tired of being mad, but I'm angry as hell. And I'm just like, Ray, let's literally get through this. Let's sit down and be humble. Let's sit down and get humble. Let's sit down and maintain humble. Let's sit down and grasp humble. Let's just start talking. Let's start shouting. Let's start walking. Just be humble. But first and foremost, let's get through all of the shit that nobody else knows about. Let's get through our grief. Let's allow ourselves to not care what other people is saying, and let's just listen to ourselves. Only I know the size of my shoes. So Ray, let's stand up and let's start walking back in our great steps, because I don't know how walking to our great steps stopped. I don't know why I do know why it stopped. I don't know how it stopped. But damn it, Ray, you're letting things distract you from the things you are already doing. Stop that. It's just time to stop it. I love everybody. I got mad love for everybody. I do. But sometimes my own circle is a distraction from things that I haven't yet even feel successful to even acknowledge. Like I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I done enough. I don't feel like I'm good. I don't feel like, all right, I'm cool. I don't feel like, no, I'm okay. I'm just like, I'm Ray. And that has been my excuse for the last few months. It's just saying, I'm Ray. But I know you will probably ask me, Ray, why is that? Like, Ray, for real, no. I want to literally know what the fuck is going on. Grief. I've said on this podcast that grief doesn't have an expiration date. So when you need to go through it, go through it. Nobody can tell you to get over it or to get through it, or you're okay, you're good, you're great, you're wonderful, you're amazing, you're awesome, but yourself. So Ray, let's go back and look in our mirror. Let's start on a whole new checklist of the things we know is best for us to work on. So I had to go back and look in the mirror again. And I keep on turning off the light. I keep on wanting to run away. I keep on wanting to walk away. And then I finally looked in the mirror. And I said, physically, I'm starting to feel better. Spiritually, I could sharpen it back up. Financially, I just need to stop worrying about it. Mentally, I'm proud of myself. Emotionally, I want to just punch a punching bag until I can't punch no more. That's my emotions. They're here. I know they are. I'm just tired of them too. But I know my emotions are here. So, this is me. Just letting it out. Sorry. This is me. Finally saying, my heart is tired. My heart is fed up. My heart is angry. My heart is sad. My heart is upset. That is how my heart is feeling. And I don't know what to do no more. I don't know what to say no more. I don't know what to write no more. I don't know who I want to really talk to anymore. I'm just here. I'm just here. So, today's episode is dedicated to myself and my voice. I'm just tired of not being valued, not being appreciated, not being supported, not actually feeling the straight up love I know is there. And I know people have been giving it to me. But the people who haven't, you have no idea how much more you kicked me on the ground. So, I'm just here. So the tongue is a powerful tool when you use it, or when you know how to use it, right? So like every episode, I have a poem. Give me one moment, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. Let me put this right here. Give me one moment. I really do gotta blow my nose. Alright, I'm back. So, your tongue is a powerful tool when you use it. I'm not for sure where or who told me that. But now I am a believer in understanding why it is. Your voice carries a huge amount of strength, and that strength can either make nothing into something or break up a personal, impactful relationship or friendship. In this episode, I will try my best to talk about the times I said something and or someone said something to me, well as how I came up with various different responses in certain conversations. First and foremost, I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize to anyone and everyone who I had deeply harmed by saying something that I know I can't no longer take back. I know for a fact I can't longer take it back. If we could take anything back, that is the big exclamation point and question mark, right? If we could take anything back, what would it be? Only you know the answer to that question. If I had hurt your feelings in any way, in anybody's feelings in any way, by saying something I can no longer take back, I would like to deeply apologize from the bottom of my heart. So, let me get to the poem before I get into story time. Let me get to the poem. So I wrote this poem. It's a new piece. I haven't recited at the open mic. So this will be your first time listening to this piece, and I just wrote it. So I wrote this piece during a Suicide Awareness Month. And once again, this is when I was really going through my grieving emotions. And I'm just like, this is just the starter of me getting past my writer's block. I just wrote a poem called When I Get a Chance. And it's pretty upfront. So let me go ahead and get into it. When you get a chance to check up on someone, do it. When you get a chance to love someone, do it. When you get a chance to let someone know you love them, do it. When you get a chance to hug someone, do it. When you get a chance to appreciate someone, do it. When you get a chance to laugh, do it. When you get a chance to make memories with someone, do it. When you get a chance to talk to someone, do it. When you get a chance to call someone, do it. When you get a chance to text someone, do it. When you get a chance to message someone, do it. When you get a chance to video chat with someone, do it. When you get a chance to be honest with someone, do it. When you get a chance to be faithful to someone, do it. When you get a chance, when you get a chance to apologize to someone, do it. Whenever you're given a chance to be present in someone's life, don't lose sight of it. Don't lose sight of it. So I hope y'all like that. That was When I Get a Chance. So, why I wrote When I Get a Chance, this was one of the times, like I said, I wrote it during Suicide Awareness Month. And in a way of me truly acknowledging the things that I had did, the things that I had said, that I can no longer go back in the hands of time and change or take back. I started to just myself admit my own wrongdoings from my past. And this, of course, has nothing to do with my relationship past. This has nothing to do with my romantic relationship past. This is my personal relationships with people who I fell off with. And yes, When I Get a Chance, it's dedicated to my sister. But it's also dedicated to everybody else. That's why I wrote it the way I did. Because I'm not only talking to myself and the things I can't take back or change, I'm talking to you. Whenever you get a chance to do something, just for the hell of it, just because, if you got it, do it. Meaning, if you got the funds to give someone flowers, do it. If you got the funds to give someone an appreciative card, do it. Little things like just because tend to go a long way with some people. I know I used to done it when I was a kid. I would literally go to the store and just go to like the Hallmark store and buy Mama Juju. I'm pretty sure she could testify to this. I'm pretty sure. I can only hope. I gotta ask her this question when I see her on the holidays. I want to know if she remember all the cards I used to just randomly just buy and just bring home to her. So, did you know you have a vocal identity? So the meaning, I did. So the meaning of vocal identity is an individual's voice is often a very distinguishing characteristic. We often, not always, I swear that not always is completely false. We often, not always, are able to make accurate assumptions about an individual solely by hearing their voice, including age, mood, personality, gender, ethnicity, and so on. So, when you speak to someone, do they express how they didn't expect your voice to be what it is? You been there before? Yeah, I've been there before. People thought my voice wasn't what it was. To this day, people still think I have an accent, and it's like I don't hear it, but every now and then I hear it. I was I'm not for sure if you have listened to the first episode, but I was raised around the South. Born and raised out of California, but I was raised around the South. So Mama Juju and Big Man are from the South. Mama Juju uh, really put in so many words, and this is just a metaphor. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. She didn't do it, but it's just a metaphor. She really put her foot in our ass. And one thing that she used to say, and her voice will always be in my heart. It say yes ma'am, no ma'am, say yes sir, no sir. If you don't, you get the taste smack out of your mouth. That's the upbringing that I was raised around. So um if you have had various conversations with me, and I say yes ma'am or no ma'am, even to little kids, I say yes ma'am, no ma'am to them too. Or I say yes sir, no sir to them as well. I was just raised like that, That's just my upbringing. I get it. I get not everybody want me to address them as that, because a lot of people is like, well, it makes me feel old. I get it. When it's said back to me, I feel it too. I ain't gonna lie, I feel it too. So uh so people don't expect your voice to be what it is. So for example, my outside appearance doesn't match my voice. If you are friends with me on Instagram, TikTok, um, then you will see various videos of my physical appearance. My voice doesn't fit my physical appearance according to some people, but mine over matter. So in various conversations, I was told my voice sounds like a woman mixed with a teenager. Mine over matter. My response to the nonsense of others is knowing how to speak up for myself. So when I come across anyone who says something that, like, say something like, I would say something like as a joke, and of course I would simply say, yeah, this is what a grown woman sounds like. Like, I don't know what you're used to I don't know what you're used to hearing, but I know everybody's voice is different. So many times I have, and still in practicing, my reapplies to people when they tend to show how and who they are. I don't step outside with intent to have harsh conversational goals with people. I don't tend to step outside with any type of goal other than who can I talk about mental health with. I try my best and hope for any positive conversational goal. That's just simply how I walk outside my house. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is something's going to work out. It's going to happen. So I just practice on how I'm going to present myself. So one of the things that I just work on is all right, y'all, I'm back. I looked up and seen that my time was almost up. So I was like, oh no, let me pause right here. Um so back to what I was saying. I try my best and hope for any positive conversational goal. That's just how I walk outside my house, So in case you're asking yourself or someone next to you, Have Ray dealt with conversations about her sexuality? Yes, I have had and still is. So, the late great Miles Davis, we're not related. So, the late great Miles Davis once said, "Knowledge is freedom, and ignorance is slavery." So, you want to know about my sexuality? Read up on it. Now, what were the things that I had respond, or how did I came about practicing my reapplies to people who asked those various conversations about my sexuality? And this is this is completely off top of my mind. This is the rest of this conversation episode. The rest of this episode would be freestyle. So I dealt with various different conversations before about my sexuality. So many of those conversations happened when I was very young. Teenager, young adulthood, mid, young adulthood, and now. I was always open and honest, because what is the purpose? What is the need to lie? What is the need to tell a fib? I've done that so many times before. Why bother when I'm very passionate about who I am and who I love? So I'm a very passionate person, if you haven't already known. I love, but I love myself harder. And being honest with people is always, or being straightforward. Like, there's no need to receive, when in fact, no, I'm sorry. A tangled web we weave, when in fact we choose to deceive. There's no need for that. There's no need to be tangled in a tangled web, because I have no desire to deceive. So I'ma just get through. I'ma just explain two conversations. Both conversations were very different. One conversation was when I was 18, 19. And I used to, if you're up here in the East Bay and you live between Oakland and Berkeley, if you know of Berkeley, then I can only hope you know the downtown area. There is a fast food. It's basically a fast food dine-in place called Mills, or it was called Mills. Then they changed it to Finn or Fins, Fins. I don't know why, but everybody knows it as Mills Diner. So one particular day, I was in Mills Diner, and I was eating lunch with someone who worked there who I was really close with, and they knew someone who was working in the bar station, and he would always come through a Mills Diner as well and chill out, hang out, just have a good conversation, talk about the world, the kids, everything, and just really try to encourage the youth to really do, like, he was a positive influence, right? And so, um, it was me, him, and employee who was working in Mel's Diner, and it was just us. And he asked me, "You're what?" You know, like I wanted. He wanted to know me, and it. As I looking back at it now, it could have been him being nosy, but it's now it's like I would question, why was it he asked me that question? So he wanted to know I was gay, right? I was like, yes, I am. Happily. Okay. How do women fall in love? Not fall in love. How do women make love? Um, at the time he asked me this question, I was unexperienced. And so I've told him from what I have researched. And I didn't tell him all in details because, once again, I was unexperienced. But I told him what I had researched. I didn't tell him what I researched. I just told him what I had looked up. I didn't tell him I was looking at porn. But I just told him I read some things on the internet. Or not even, I didn't think I said that. I just told him. I just told him. Um, there's ways. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, right? So I just told him there's ways of women pleasing their partners. I didn't know the actions of this until I had my first experience. And I was like, yeah, I was right on when I said that. So, I was very calm, cool, calm, collected. I was very excited to tell him something that he wanted to really know. I didn't tell him in explicit details, but I just told him. So I was I was just remembering how I back then started to practice respective response to people asking me questions about my sexuality. That was something that Mama Juju was always very she was very fearful of me going through just the regular homophobic crew. Like people walking down the street and they hate you because of of the same gender you want to love, or who you want to love, or just people just be. I don't be knowing why people don't like gay people. It's I don't want to speculate. I don't want to assume. Excuse me. I don't want to do none of that. Whoever you love is your business. It's nobody else's but yours. And the person who you're with. So I was just like very understanding to him asking this question, and I was very passionate to answer his question honestly. I can't even say that. Damn it, Ray, you really did. So when I say I just told him, what I mean by I told him things that was, when he asked the question, I just told him what was on top of my mind, which was really common sense. Just to understand that how you gonna please your partner, that's something between you and your partner to sit to talk about, or to get that's between you and your partner, period. Right? Like only y'all know what's going on in the bedroom. Nobody else don't need to know, right? So when someone's asking you alone and just you individually, You don't have to explicit. You don't have to give them explicit details. You can just tell them, "Hey, there's just ways." So I was being honest with. I was being honest when I told him there's just ways of women pleasing their partner. I wasn't honest with myself back then to tell him the truth that I was unexperienced. So, but I told him what I told him. So that was a good conversation that I can look back at, and I can always appreciate my voice in knowing that I gave off positive responses. Meaning, as in, like, I wasn't angry that he asked me. I didn't have an attitude when he asked me. I didn't say since you're grown you can look up on porn, right? I didn't say nothing like that. I was grown too, but porn wasn't something that porn wasn't something that I was raised around. I'd seen it a few times growing up, but I wasn't raised around it like in front of my face 24/7. Either I snuck around and looked at some things or saw some things, a little things like that. It wasn't it wasn't never something that someone had put upon me. It was me sneaking around being a little kid, being a nosy kid, and I shouldn't have had been a nosy kid, and I seen some things. so um so I was very appreciative of myself. Not appreciative of myself. I was very glad. That is being right. Come on. I've been very appreciative of myself for knowing how to respond to those type of questions, especially with various people who want to ask me when nobody else is in the room but one other person. I get everybody asked their friends those type of questions when we're not in the room or when I'm not in the room, and I'm pretty sure people's like, well, I just want to know. Okay, then like I said on your lesson for today, go watch some porn. You might learn a thing or two. So now it's just freedom, ignorance, and slavery. so, um, so I was appreciative of him asking that question, and I was more appreciative of myself answering the question however I answered it. I wasn't angry, I wasn't upset, I didn't have an attitude, I didn't talk back, or of course I didn't talk back, but I didn't where my who I was back then is not who I am today. And so I was a different person back then. Um and then uh the second interaction about my sexuality, that was a total opposite of the first conversation. I believe I forgot which episode it is. I know I said that it may be a few or couple or few episodes on here. I I was living in a room for rent, and one of the room for rents, and it was with a black family. Um, I dealt with a lot of harsh homophobia within the household, and it of course involved my name and my appearance and who I see myself as and who I know myself as. So one of those individual people had said to me in various conversations, so many conversations, since you look like a man, you might as well get a sex change. Since you look like one, might as well go ahead and get a sex change. since you over here telling people to call you Ray, and people automatically think Ray is a male name, you might as well go ahead and get a sex change. That was the bullshit that was told to me. And it was not only what I told people to call me, because I was starting to be comfortable with I was starting to be comfortable with people knowing my nickname. My childhood nickname is Ray Ray, but my nickname is Ray. And so I was getting to be comfortable around people to tell them my nickname is Ray. And it's like short for Rachel. If you can't fucking remember fucking Rachel, I mean, I don't get it. So, I do and I don't. So I just like, you can call me Ray. Just call me Ray, because Rachel seems like it's too hard for you to remember. Call me Ray. I'm fine with you calling me Ray. In various times, I would introduce myself as Ray to some people. And then there's, of course, the elders. And I tell them respectfully to call me Rachel, because I will answer to Rachel when it's them. To some other people too. People who know me, my close circle, my family, my biological family, my God family, my family. Some of them know me Ray as Ray. Some of them call me Ray. Some of them call me Ray Ray. Some of them call me Rachel. And so my name is something different, but who I am as a gay black. Let me say that again. As a gay black educated woman. Say it again for somebody in the all back, in the far back who ain't trying to listen. I know you're tuning me out. A gay black educated woman. I was just like, no. I'm okay with introducing myself as Rachel, or I'm okay with introducing myself as Ray. In various times, I had to change up my name with certain people, or on certain things, like on Facebook, particularly just on Facebook. So I have a Facebook personal page, and it's personal. So don't ask me for it, because I ain't on it like that for a lot of friends and family members. I'm on there for mostly family and God family and people who I grew up with. That's about it. Other than that, I don't be on there to really socialize. I be on Instagram on I Need a Mic on Instagram. I be on TikTok on I Need a Mic on TikTok, y'all. And I just keep it. I like to really keep my communicative conversations just within those two profiles. On my personal profiles, they're just my personal profiles. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, not on there like that. I'm on I Need a Mic because that's what I'm about right now. So I lost my train of thought for a moment. Give me a moment. So I tended to use my name for various different situations. And sometimes those situations, within those situations, I like to test out to see who view me as a gay black woman, a gay black educated woman, or who view me as a black educated woman. that those interactions are very different, y'all. Very different. When I introduce myself as a gay, black, educated woman, then when I introduce myself as a black, educated woman, it's different conversations, it's different responses, it's different interactions, it's different everything. People really do show what's up. And it's like people's vocal identity get exposed. And then it's like more of their personality get exposed. And it's like, okay, then the last is their intelligence gets exposed. And I'm like, why has it happened to me? And so many times I can only imagine someone saying, why not? So when I was living in one of the rooms for rent, and I was receiving very harsh homophobia, I was upset. I am still upset at some point. That's part of my forgiveness, is to forgive those people who who made fun of my name, my appearance, me cutting my hair, me dressing up. Like, it's part of my forgiveness, and I'm working on it. I know it sounds like, Ray, you ain't really working on it. I'm not, because what's the upsetting part of it is more, it came from black people. It came from my own community. My own freaking community. Not even the gay community. I mean the black community. It came from the black community. Like, people within the black community. Like, however they're in it, they're in it. It's like, I'm black, you black. We're part of a community. And so from that point on, I just started to say, I'm gonna practice how I respond to people, and hope that people will hear my voice, cherish my voice, acknowledge my voice, love my voice, support my voice, and knowing that I do not have to tell you things if I do not want you to. But out of the passion and the love for myself, I will be okay with something until a certain instinct. Then it's like, okay, bruh, or okay, ma'am, who are you? Someone who I won't even remember after this interaction. So, I just, I'm appreciative of how I practice on my vocal identity. I try my best to do more. I try my best to sharpen up more. If you have pay attention to the few episodes or couple episodes, last episode, if you have listened to them, I said that I'm cutting back on my profanity in the podcast, and I feel like I've been doing it. I know sometimes I'll joke around and, a side conversation, or if I have some example conversations or jokes, I'm just like, I'm being honest with how I feel. So since I'm being honest with how I feel, let me let y'all know I have a mouth of a sailor, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy about it. I don't care for it, to be honest with you, But I love the freedom. Just love the freedom. Can I switch it up on it? Of course I can. I know I can. But you won't be receiving the real Rachel. You won't. I'm gonna be honest with you. You won't. So take me as I am, or don't accept me at all. The choice is yours, not mine. I know who I am. I know who I am when I look at my mirror. I know what I'm working on when I look at my mirror. I know what is best for me to work on when I'm looking at my mirror. So it's up to you to accept what you're receiving. You don't need to change what you're receiving. Please don't try to change me, because it's not going to happen. Like, help me educate myself more. Like, help me with me. Okay, yes. But don't be trying to mold me into being a person that you want me to be, because you're telling me you don't even accept me if you try to do that. So my voice, my vocal identity, my voice, my power. This is my voice and my honesty, my truthful nature, my pure, just me just being pure is my power. So it's getting late. It's getting late, and I'd like to go ahead and get ready to close this out. I'm this episode took a lot out of me. I really wanted to not relax, but I wanted to get some rest too before I put this episode out, because I knew it was gonna, like all the episodes. So every episode I put out, every episode I write about, I said this. I believe I said this. If I haven't, then listen, please. So much of me writing these episodes is part of my healing. So let me write, let me recite, and let me express. So, go ahead and give y'all this closeout quote. Don't know who said this, but whoever did, thank you. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Say it again for somebody in the back before time runs out again. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. So now you have heard me speak some truth. This is my way of passing the mic to you. I hope my courage, will, and drive motivate you. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I cannot stretch this any further enough. Y'all kiss y'all kids every day. Bye, y'all.